They say the blood of the storm runs through her veins, that when she walks, the winds whisper her name. Adeola never believed in such tales, not until the day the storms came for her. In a quiet village on the edge of the Niger River, a young girl named Adeola lived a simple life. She worked at the marketplace, helped her grandmother, and dreamed of adventure. But she never imagined the adventure would come looking for her. It started with a whisper. Adeola was gathering herbs when she heard it. A voice carried on the wind. "Daughter of the storm, awaken!" She turned, but there was no one there. One day as Adeola was working in the market, bang! A sudden gust of wind knocked over baskets, sent market stalls flying. People screamed. Her grandmother grabbed her hand, eyes filled with fear. "The time has come," she said. "Oya's blood calls to you." Adeola's heart pounded. Oya, the fierce Orisha of storms, winds, and change. Number that couldn't be true. She was just Adeola. That night, her grandmother told her the truth. Long ago, Oya walked the earth, her power woven into the bloodline of her descendants. Each generation, one child is chosen. But now the bloodline was in danger. A dark force, one that thrived on chaos and destruction, was hunting them. "If you do not embrace your power, Adeola, we will all be lost." But how could she? She didn't want to be a storm, she wanted to be normal. Then the winds howled again. Adeola stepped outside and saw the village sky painted red. A shadow loomed over the horizon. She had no choice. She had to fight. To claim her power, Adeola had to pass the trial of the storm. She journeyed to the sacred grove where the spirits of the winds awaited. Lightning cracked. The wind roared. Voices whispered, "Will you embrace the storm or be swept away?" The storm tested her, pushing her, pulling her, trying to break her. She fell to her knees. Then she remembered her grandmother's words. Oya's power is not just destruction, it is transformation. Control the chaos, and you control the storm. Adeola stood. She breathed in, slow, steady. The wind swirled around her, no longer wild, but listening. She raised her hands, and the storm obeyed. She had become the storm. As soon as she returned, the dark force attacked. The village was in flames, the people running for cover. Adeola faced the shadow. It was a being of pure chaos, feeding on fear. But Adeola was no longer afraid. With a wave of her hands, she summoned the storm. Winds howled, fire turned to mist, lightning struck the darkness, splitting it apart. The shadow shrieked, and then silence. The storm had passed. Adeola had won. The village rebuilt. The winds carried whispers of a new protector. Adeola, daughter of the storm, had embraced her destiny. She was no longer just a girl in the marketplace. She was a guardian, a child of Oya. And as long as she stood, the winds would never die. Every storm has its purpose. Change is not something to fear. It is something to embrace. Adeola's story teaches us that power is not about destruction, but transformation. And sometimes the only way forward is through the storm. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this tale, hit like, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more African fantasy stories. Until next time, keep wondering, keep learning,